My name is Boston Paquette, and I just got back to my hometown for summer break. I have no money to travel anywhere, and besides a new coat rack, everything's just the same boring stuff here. But then I remembered, I once filmed a bunch of town events for work. So what if I do that again, but this time, it's for vacation? It's time for me to start vacationing in Lakeville. The Jimmy Fund has been a main staple of the Boston Red Sox and their fans for years. Another main staple of the Boston Red Sox was Ted Williams. Lucky for us in Lakeville, we've got both.
Tom Yorkie, the owner at the time, went to Ted because his contract was up. And he negotiated his contract. And I'm going to use this as a figure, because I don't know. Say it was $100,000. Right? Ted Williams said to Tom Yorkie, okay, I want half of that to go to the hospital. Tom Yorkie then later went to Ted and said, we're going to adopt this, as it was a boy named Jimmy that had cancer. And that's how the name came about, Jimmy. And you can look that up.
So it Ted Williams kind of really pushed for this.
Yes,
it was kind of him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I had no idea. That's incredible.
It was Ted Williams. He was one of the founding fathers.
This weekend, I decided to attend the Ted Williams Camp Alumni Charity Auction. Lots of people brought lots of things to auction off. Do they play with a bat like this? Oh my, Padme. They got Padme. There's a Jason Tatum replica championship ring. I think this clips onto that. But then again, I'm not an NBA champion, so I don't have one of those. But you could for $75. I was too embarrassed to admit that I didn't actually know what the Jimmy Fund truly was, so I thought of a foolproof plan to figure it out. And so, for those who don't know what the Jimmy Fund is, I do, but just for those watching who might not know, what exactly is it?
Well, there was a Jimmy, and they went on a radio show that was very popular at the time, and actually met with Jimmy bedside, of course it was radio, and gave him a lot of toys and told the story of what was going on at Dana-Farber and appealed to the public for contributions, and money started pouring in.
Mission accomplished. And after learning about where I was and why I was there, I wanted to hear from some of Ted Williams' old campers. You have some pictures here?
I do. So here I am in 1972. There I am right there.
Oh, division champions, intramural champs, junior all-stars. You really did it. You did it all.
I mean, the Jimmy Fund, actually the guy that started the Jimmy Fund was a guy named Billy Sullivan. Billy Sullivan was the first owner of the Boston Patriots. When you grow up, when you're 12, 15, 18, you go to a game, you remember it.
Yeah, and you see your heroes, those guys saying how important it is. It really drives home the point, I feel like.
Well, the Jimmy Fund is just remarkable in terms of what they offer for families in terms of making their treatment easier. I know for us, we live in Lakeville and we're working with Dana-Farber, and at the outset, they wanted us to come into Boston for all of her treatment. Okay, I have an entertainment business. I travel all over Massachusetts doing game shows for senior citizens, and so timing was really difficult, and getting in and out of Boston was hard. So I was able to work with them to have them schedule us in other places. So, because they do services in Foxborough, so she was able to get her treatments for part of it, for her chemo treatments in Foxborough by the stadium, and she was able to get her radiation treatments in Mansfield, because they have sites all over the state. And so it's just, they work so hard to get you the services that you need, you know. Sure, the people here did love baseball, and I mean love it, but they loved being good people even more. And you mentioned you do an entertainment business for senior citizens? I do. I have an entertainment business that weeknights does trivia in bars and restaurants. During the day, I travel all over the state doing live game shows for senior citizens.
That's great.
And so I started doing that about 2.5 years ago. And since then, I've been to 153 different cities and towns across the state.
Really?
With the goal of going to all 350 council on agings in the state. Yeah.
So my name's Kevin Quackenbush. I just go by Quack.
I like it.
Yep. I'm getting used to it. and I'm part of the Middleborough Lakeville Rotary Club. We're all about community service. We donated a table 22 years ago, a picnic table to Pratt Farm.
And is that the table? Or,
And it was in sad shape last year, so we donated a new table.
new table. That's great.
Events like this from organizations like Jimmy Fund and Flutie and as well as Dana-Farber, the work that we do, it's all somehow joined together in some way. Our mission may be different based on what the subject is, where for us it's autism, for Dana-Farber it's for breast cancer, for Jimmy Fund it's cancer for kids and everyone else, like few far and in between, but it's all surrounded by one mission, different perspectives of different organizations, but it's one mission. Yes. Help others continue to live their lives by giving them the help that they don't think that they're getting.
Definitely Tom Yawkey and Ted did more than anybody else. But, it flowed through the team. I don't know whether you heard my Mambo story, but Mambo said, they made it a point to get the rookies over there and say, this is what we do. And in fact, in 1967, and obviously it's going to be 60 years next year, 1967, the team voted a full share of the World Series extra money to the Jimmy Fund. And
after talking to all the campers, I still had one question. Why is baseball and the Jimmy Fund so connected?
I'm not even sure that he chose it.
Or if it just found it.
I think the radio, and they had a number of the Braves players were there, and I think their PR guy, and I think that Dana-Farber, the hospital, selected him.
So I guess no one really knows. It seems like a couple of baseball players back in the day just wanted to do some good. And at the end of the day, does it even matter why the two are so connected if it's all for a good cause? I rate the Ted Williams Alumni Fundraiser 5 old bats out of 1 Padme doll. Hello, my name's Boston. It's nice to meet you.
Your name is Boston?
It is, yes. My name is Boston. Boston.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's on the birth certificate.
Okay.
Yeah, Boston.
Oh, your name is
It's Boston, yes.
Your birthday's actually Boston?
My birthday, yeah.
Okay, sorry.